Hello my friends, welcome back to Watch Addiction. Today we're taking a look at a new watch that I grabbed for the summer. This is actually a Swatch Scuba Libre. This model debuted in 2013 from Swatch, and one of the reasons I picked this watch up, well, first, it's water resistant. Second, it actually has a unidirectional rotating bezel, and it actually has Loom. So for a Swatch, that's pretty good. Swatch mostly produces affordable watches, kind of fun collectible watches as well. Many vintage swatches, that bear, the art decoration from different artists, different limited editions, can go for a lot of money, and a lot of people do collect swatches. They're very popular amongst Europeans as well, as I see in the Swatch store in New York City. A lot of people love buying these things. Now, I do know Swatch has a System 51, which is a pretty cool automatic watch, but this was more of interest to me, as most of those watches are only 30 meters water resistant, where you can't really take it in the water, so what's the fun of that? Now let's start off with some basic stuff here. Well, the price tag, what I paid for this watch, is really cheap. This watch cost me about $80 shipped, I believe, and I'll drop a link in the description below if you want to pick one of these up after watching this video. So we have a larger swatch, I would say. This is 44 millimeters in diameter. In terms of thickness, it's actually 16.5 millimeters thick, so it's quite a chunky monkey, as you can see. The bezel kind of really doesn't give much, doesn't really add to the width, as you can see, which is good. The bezel is really pronounced. It's really big. Obviously, there's going to be no legibility issues if you want to time something using this dive bezel. Now, we do have a quartz movement inside of this watch. I can't specify which exact quartz movement, although it's kind of weird. The movement does not hack. I'll show you in a little bit. We get 200 meters of water resistance. We get a pull and push crown over here. And the case is all comprised of plastic, as most swatches are, besides the irony line, or the older, I shouldn't just say the irony line. There's a lot of swatches that are actually made of metal. But for the most part, the cheaper ones are made of plastic. As you can see, complete plastic construction all around. Now the movement, as I was saying, so we have a crown here, which is a pull and push crown, one position which just does nothing, and then your final position. As you can see, the watch does not hack. If you can, I can get you in there a little closer. See, the crown is pulled down, the watch does not hack. This is common with most swatches. I suppose there's a Swiss quartz movement, some type of Swiss quartz movement inside of here, not 100% sure. Swatch does claim their watches are Swiss made, but I really don't know about that. So you can set the time here. As you can see, we have these nice large illuminated hands. These hands do have a nice amount of lume, as well as all of these markers over here. It's quite a simple dial, as you can see, just Swatch and Swiss printed over there in white. And I believe this is some type of mineral or plastic crystal, which is quite small if you look at it in comparison to the bezel. Let me just push that back in. Now the bezel is a unidirectional rotating bezel, which is quite nice. I was just in the water, so it's probably wet, but as you can see, the bezel is not too bad. There is a little play there, but it does line up to the 12 o'clock triangle, as you can see right there. Now the band, this comes on an integrated kind of slotted band here, which Swatch, basically you have to use Swatch bands. You can't use another watch band unless you get an adapter. So as you can see, there's 3 slots here. It's a black and white silicone strap. Definitely very comfortable. One safety over here. We get your plastic Swatch buckle over here, signed Swatch. No problems there. Now looking at the case back, you can see the battery right here. So it's super easy to change batteries. All you got to do is take a little screwdriver, even your hand, and knock that battery out, move it, and you can replace it. It does state Swatch, Swiss made, patented, 200 or 20 bar right there, 20 bar, water resistant. Pretty simple stuff. So I want to get a loom shot, throw it on my 6.5 inch wrist, show you how this 44 millimeter Scuba Libre fits on my wrist, and I'll be right back. Here is the Swatch Scuba Libre on my 6.5 inch wrist. As you can see, the lug to lug distance is not too big, so it just fits end to end, which is nice. I was expecting it to be kind of big, but it's really not that big. Now, as you can see, it does stand quite tall at 16.5 millimeters though, so that's something you might want to take into consideration. The strap, definitely comfortable. I like the buckle here. It's very secure. It feels secure. Doesn't move, come off my wrist, yet I can still move the watch up and down my wrist a little bit. I have a little play there while I'm in one of these holes here. But yeah, everything very functional. I think it looks good for the summer. Now, if you want something for the beach or something of that nature and you want a swatch, you're going to be hard to find a swatch with a 200-meter water resistance. That's where the Scuba Libre comes into play, really. And there's a lot of different variations of this model. There's a lot of crazy ones, like I have something called the jellyfish. I'm not 100% sure, but there's a lot of crazy designs that they made. And this happens to be one that just agrees with me. It's a simple black and white, nice white stripe going down here, and we get a rotating bezel and loom as well. Right now, I want to show you guys that loom shot, and let's get into it. So here's a little loom shot of the Scuba Libre, as you can see. It's not 100% dark in here, but it definitely glows. It's a greenish color. The hands are brighter. Definitely looks better in person. But the hands are brighter than the markers there, as you can see. And all in all, I think it's quite a nice looking watch. It's very comfortable. I think it's quite stylish as well. I really like the huge pronounced bezel. Almost like a little porthole of a submarine, it looks like. This bezel is just huge. It's quite cool. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, found it useful. Definitely hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, if you own one of these or thinking about getting one. I know it's an older model, but I recently just actually discovered it. And this is the Swatch Scuba Libre. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Definitely, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.